Developed, created, and owned by James PoeArtistry Productions.
Hi, Perceptive Readers. This is a James PoeArtistry Consultant moment, and this will conclude the series, and you're going to see what it's named that deals with intellectual property. All right, and you're going to see this series up on the website. I'm just clearing it up. That's part of my day's activities. It'll be in 5 parts. And so I just want to reference something with you in this conclusion of really number 5. It deals with its honesty to honor the ones who created that masterpiece, or to honor one's period, even if we know them or not personally, you see, with attribution. All right. And I want to share something with you. There's an expression about, give the person their roses while they can still smell them. Give the person their roses while they can still smell them. And that has to do with, as persons get older, there are certain things that they may no longer even enjoy or able to do that they were when they were in their, younger years. And you've heard us discuss in detail that for the most part, even though persons now are getting older as they live healthier through their different organic means and gardening and stuff like that, but in general, a lot of persons, yes, physically, they may have been in their prime in their 20s, you see, and 30s. However, they really reached their peak and prime most likely in their 40s for their mental and physical prowess if they kept up with it, especially in the 30s. Now, I'm mentioning this for a reason, because remember, you honor the ones. It's honesty to honor the ones with attribution, and when they can still smell their roses. So the whole point is, as persons create intellectual properties and other magnificent manufacturing items and things of that nature, remember, they're using their mental power. Some of them using physical power. Some of them using both. And then is wonderful as they receive their attribution, they're able to gather currency and enjoy the fruits of their labor. And it's such a shame, as we talk in this series, when persons don't give proper attribution. And so all of those accolades, if you will, all of that honor, which is nothing wrong with it, if you will. I'm not talking, fame in the way that people like to look down on it. No, I'm talking still the honor that is due a person, because what? That really is their occupation. That is really their occupation that they deserve to get paid for. A worker is deserving of their wage, even if it's intellectual property creation from their mind. Did you know your mind can use and burn just as much energy, just in a different way, than even the physical body? But that's for another subject. The point is, it takes exertion, and it takes a lot out of you as well. So as you get older, the same way physically, you may not be able to lift those 500 pounds like you used to, you see, but you're still strong as an ox, as the expression goes. And even mentally, you may not be able to do that advanced algebraic equation in less than 15 minutes. It may what? It may take you now, I'm just telling you like it is, 1 hour or longer. So the point is, the capability is still there, but things just may not move as fast as possible. So it is a wonderful thing, as persons have received over the years, during their prime of their physical and their mental capabilities, their wages that are due them, so that when they do start hitting the 50s and above, whether they're still strong as an ox or not, they have already also fulfilled and are fulfilling, guess what? Their obligation to the grand creator, God himself. that when they have a family, they're supposed to provide for them and have for them something, you see, even if they pass on. See, this is spiritual. This is scriptural. And the whole point is, this means so much, which I won't go into the scriptures, on this. I've done it in times past, but this is so, again, important to God that he even did say a man who does not take care of his own household is a man worse without faith. So with that being stated, there is no body, whether people want to use slave owner or what have you, that is supposed to usurp that man's authority to such a degree to actually go and take away his handmill, to actually go and make life hard or place a hardship on persons who are just trying to provide for their family. Now, even though it's done, I'm here to tell you, according to scripturally by some, even though it's done by some, it is still morally wrong. It is morally wrong to do that. And so it's interesting because I told you one of the ways that people in their slick motive of getting around items are saying, well, we want to see if this person can create this masterpiece later on or what have you. You know, you're really putting the person again at a disadvantage, and it's really disingenuous because of the same factor as I talked about, persons getting older. It doesn't matter if they're no longer able to create that masterpiece that they created while they were young. You actually, once again, put them, these persons through such a trialsome time, and especially if it came with abuse and other things that persons will do to sabotage, your livelihood and things of that nature, that the point is, let it be a decade or two later. And then the jokes may come about to say, well, he was able to do this one time, but he can't do it no more. Or she was able to do this one time, but she certainly can't do it no more. Now, speaking, did you contribute to that person as they were going down in their old age for not, once again, giving them their wage that was due them, not giving them their attribution that was due them? So really, in their later years of life, if their eyesight became dimmer, was it because of just not only natural reasons, but because you made sure you sabotage or what have you, the health and medical means, the attention that the person could have gotten through your greed? Same thing in other ways mentally. Is the person now having a harder time putting creations together because of the mean-spirited trauma that you put the person through the years on purpose? So the whole point is whether the person can still do it according to human reasoning or not, there's an ethical and moral reason to say, you know what, that person still is due to honor and the attribution that they have put into it. It's not up to us. That person still has to stand before God, just as the individuals who treated this individual so badly and may still be in agreement with treating the individual so badly in this way will stand before God as well. And remember, in Isaiah chapter 32, it talks about a person being raised up as a king, Jesus Christ, who said that, he won't look at what is basically being said on the outside or from people. He can read the hearts. He can know exactly what person's motives are, the honor, attribution, and all these other types of things involved. And all I'm going to do is make the application here where it says, the noble person or the fool basically will not be the one that he's calling with honor, but the person or the noble person who is deserving of honor, they will be viewed as such, no matter how some of these other persons and some of these other fools, to use the expression, made them look. Okay. So with that being said, remember, I'm just telling you the spirit of, I encourage you to read Isaiah chapter 32, where it talks about really the justice going throughout the land, the knowledge of God going throughout the land. But I just wanted to share that with you, that you can be of the frame of mind now, continue to be of the frame of mind now, that if I'm going to quote this paragraph here, word for word, if I'm going to use this video and it doesn't say, hey, no attribution needed or what have you, if I'm going to use this image, place attribution, even place a link to the person's website, if you will, and see how that is not only showing honor, honesty, and guess what? You've heard me say it before. It continues to keep the economy functioning. It continues to keep it being a smart economy, and wages increase, among other relationships and things of that nature. This was a James PoeArtistry Consultant Moment. This concludes the series on this intellectual property topic that we were covering, and you will see it up on the website this week. Have a very wonderful day, and you keep on keeping on, you content creators. Take care.
You have just listened to the Perceptive Readers podcast. Remember, until next time, if you read something that encourages you to improve or enhance your life for the better, it becomes your reality.